From Studio K at Foxboro Cable Access.
Saffron is essentially the stamen of a rose.
Feeling creative?
Sage has a great flavor.
Is your palate needing a new challenge? Well, let's cook with Mike DiMascio.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Cook with Mike. I'm your host, Mike DiMascio, and we're going to have a great meal for you today. It's been a while since I've been here, so I'm looking forward to getting these shows back started again. Today we have a great show. It's going to be a roasted sirloin with a cheesy polenta and a grilled zucchini with cherry tomatoes. This is a great recipe, very easy. Again, everything we do here at Let's Cook is simple, shouldn't take much time. We're going to do it in about 30 minutes, and you can do the same at home. So let's cook. We're going to first start off with our roasted red pepper coulis, which will take the most time. We're going to chop up our red pepper here, just into some strips. Take out this middle. Okay, we're going to just toss these with some oil, and we're going to sear them on our flat top over here. Try to get a nice little roast on them so that it gives a little smoky flavor for the steak. All right, so we're going to just sear these right here. Oh. All right. And along with this red pepper coulis, we're going to saute up some shallots, some white wine, chicken broth, and we're going to make a nice sauce, and then we're going to end up blending it all in our Ninja blender. Again, we don't really have to be too particular with our cuts today because we're going to be pureeing it all in the end and making a delicious sauce out of it. Again, the intention with the red pepper is to get a nice sear on it so it's a little bit blackened for the smoky flavor. All right. Would you use one full shallot here for this? Be a great complement to the red pepper. And we're going to start these in our high-tech kitchen here at Studio K. Just about a tablespoon of olive oil. Get that nice and hot. We have these beautiful pieces of sirloin steak, a little bit bone in. We're going to grill these right on our little grill top here. Salt and pepper, keep it nice and simple because we're going to have so much flavor with our roasted red pepper and roasted red pepper coulis. A little salt. A little salt, pepper. Okay, nice and ready. We're not going to put any oil on these. We're just going to get them nice and seared. While they cook, the rest of our meal will be being completed. I'm going to saute up our shallot. Now we're also going to get our polenta going. I'm using an instant today, so a little easier to cook with, especially at home. All right, with the polenta, we're going to add our water first. Bring this to a nice boil. That shouldn't take too long. The good news is all of our recipes will be on the program at the end of the show. I've pleased my producer. After years of being asked for recipes, I'm finally giving them up. It costs a lot of money to buy them from me, but you know, everybody has a price. All right, so we're going to let this go. We're starting to get a nice little char on these peppers here. We're going to let that go a little more. We'll give them a little flip. Try to get them on both sides. Get that going. Once the polenta gets going, oops, this temperature is way down. Okay, these are getting nice and translucent, cooking up nice. We're going to be adding the peppers to them shortly. We're also going to add the white wine and chicken broth to that as well. Again, everything bought in the store. Bring this up to a boil. Okay. Most important is our the polenta. We're going to get nice little sear on these pieces of steak here. Go a little longer. All right. All right, so now we're going to just prepare our vegetable for after the meal is ready. We're almost ready to add the red pepper to our mixture here, which is great. These are looking tremendous. They're going to have a nice little smoky flavor. We're going to just cook these down for a few minutes. Let all this flavor get into this broth and white wine mixture with that shallot. And we'll also add some salt and pepper. Again, salt and pepper is always to taste. I like more pepper than salt in my meals. Okay, so we're just going to do a simple zucchini grill. We're going to use the same grill that the steaks are being cooked on once they are done, so I'm going to make these into planks. All right. Making a simple plank, very easy. Cut on the bias. And we'll save these for later when we're ready to grill. Come on, the temperature keeps going down. Okay. All right, the water is about to boil here. I'm going to add in the polenta. This is going to take no time to cook because it is a 5-minute polenta. All right. Once we got it all boiled, we want to add the polenta in. Again, this is just a product from the store. We're going to let that get a little thick. We don't want to overboil it. We don't want to have it stick to the pan too much. So we're just going to keep working that. Try to find the right temperature here on our fine induction cooker. Looks like our steaks are ready to be flipped. Come on, there we go. Yeah, just like outdoor grilling. Got the grill marks and everything. Beautiful. Studio K never ceases to amaze me. All right, our temperature is completely off here. Let's see what happened there. This is getting a little bubbly. All right. So again, this is quick polenta. It should take no time to cook. I'm going to add some, this is a cheddar cheese and Parmesan mixture. Add that right in. Give it a nice cheesy consistency. Parmesan will add a nice little salty flavor to bring out the flavor of the cheese and the polenta. And for a little bit of texture, this is just personal preference. I like to add a little bit of the whole corn. Polenta is obviously a corn-based product, so it fits in nicely, and we'll just give a little texture to the polenta. I also have an Italian mix of chopped herbs, some basil, oregano, and parsley. Just going to add that for a little bit of color and texture as well. All right, we're going to let this just simmer here for a little bit. Our red pepper coulis looks in great shape. I'm going to take this off the grill, put it into the blender. See how this goes. It's my first time using one of these, so see how we do. This goes like this, and then this goes like this. Oh yeah. Give that a good blend. Beautiful. We're going to put this back into the pan. And we're going to finish it with a little bit of sour cream. Oh, that looks mighty delicious. All right, let's get this back on. Touch a bunch of buttons. Make beeping noises. And there we go. Our polenta's looking great. Our steaks are looking delicious. All right. 2 meals out of this for everybody here. All right. So this is again, a great meal you can do off your grill. Very easy at home. Very simple ingredients. Everything you can get in your supermarkets. Going to throw a little bit of rosemary on here to kind of roasting it a little bit will bring out some of the flavor. It'll be a nice little touch on the top. And we're going to finish this meal with our sour cream to sort of thicken up the coulis. Very nice. Very nice. Incorporates nicely. It thickens up the sauce a little bit. Not bad. The crew has been starving for months, waiting for me to come back, so finally I get to feed them, satisfy their hungers. I don't like anybody starving. Well, it looks like we are nearing the end. Oh, except for our vegetable. Can't forget our vegetable. Let's go. So we're going to saute these up right here. Very easy. Just a pan sear on these. And I'm also going to throw some cherry tomatoes. Easy way to cut the cherry tomatoes. Put them all underneath your hand. Be very careful. And you should be able to cut them all in half. In one swoop. I'm going to add those over there. I'm going to add some of our Italian mix. Salt and pepper. It's a good thing I'm nimble. Alright. Okay. We're going to bring this down. We're going to shut this off. We're going to keep that off. Pause. I'm going to sear these. Oh yeah. If you don't like good food, don't come to Studio K. It's the place to be. I'll have to ask Deb if we're accepting reservations. All right, so we're ready to plate. Let's get some plates out here. We have dinner for 2. Let's see how we go. The best part of this is I get to make a big mess, and then Deb cleans it. All right, we're going to put the polenta on first. Really nice. Oop. Set these aside for a minute. Take our steak. Watch out for those bones. Beautiful. Steak number 2. Keep the bones aside for later. Bring them back to Skylar. Alright, let's get these vegetables on here. Sorry. Should have wiped the cutting board. beautiful. A little bit of the corn for a garnish. I'm going to finish with our red pepper coulis. Ladies and gentlemen, first show done for quite some time. We have our grilled sirloin with a red pepper coulis over cheesy polenta with sauteed zucchini and cherry roasted tomatoes. Very simple. The recipes will be at the end of the show here, so stay tuned for that. And I have no problem with anybody using my recipes. And I appreciate you guys watching today. Have a great day. That's another episode of Let's Cook in the books.